What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the Purple and Gold Perspectives podcast. I'm your host, Mike Javid, and with the offseason for your Los Angeles Lakers officially underway, it's only right we do our first ideal offseason for this offseason. Just load this thing up, and here we go. So, shout out to this website, Hoopsmatic. They have a nice roster manager, and you could do all this for all 30 teams. We're gonna do with the Los Angeles Lakers today though. And let's just begin the offseason. Assistant GM, they're saying look for Koa Pete, Malik Thomas. And I'm not gonna try to pronounce this guy's name. It's gonna be probably be wrong. Or Visar, I guess. Henry Visar. I'm not too educated with the draft, but we're just gonna go with this. Um Overall, though, for the team player options, they project Marcus Smart's going to opt in, but I personally think he'll opt out. Austin Reaves certainly will opt out. DeAndre Ayton could see him potentially opting in. I'll say he opts out, though. And then Nick Smith Jr., honestly, will pick it up. It's nice. He still provides some high upside. I do think he could be a solid role player, still a solid bucket guy off the bench. Maybe play 10 minutes a night if there's injuries. He had some really nice games for the Lakers last season. Proceeds to draft night now. And to start, I think we're gonna buy a second round pick. The Lakers, they do buy second round picks actually pretty often. Like every year, you'll just see this team buy a second round pick somehow. Let's just say we buy it from Orlando. So Magic send pick 46 to LA. We'll just add cash considerations. This is what the Lakers do every single season. So we'll just get that done. And then now the Lakers will have two draft picks, 46 and 25 in this draft. Best players available, Jaden Quaintance, Christian Anderson, Dylan Swain, Alan Graves, Isaiah Evans. I think we're going to go with Dylan Swain, though. Really nice two-way player. I don't think he'll fall to pick 25 in real life, but he honestly maybe could. He's still on the board here, so let's just go with him. Nice potential 3-and-D guy to have. And then with this pick, this guy will probably be on a two-way contract. I do kind of want to get someone young, like maybe maybe a center, maybe a guard. It could just be anyone, honestly. Let's just go with let's see. Let's just go with this guy, honestly, from Nigeria, Ugana Onyenzo, I think that's his name. Let's just do that. And then boom, we're done with the draft already. So they actually graded our picks here. We get an A- for the Dylan Swain pick, and then an A- for a second rounder. So let's just proceed to free agency real quick, and we're already there. Let's start. LeBron James will remain on the roster, but it doesn't really make sense to hold his cap hold. Let's just renounce this. We could easily just bring him back anyways. And also, like right now, we are still above the first apron, but below the second apron, and that's just due to cap holds. Maxi Kleba, I'm telling you, he's not getting 20 mil, so let's just renounce that. He's not getting more than a minimum contract anyways. DeAndre Ayton, I don't really think the Lakers should consider to bring him back either. Let's just renounce his rights too. And then I think for now, this is pretty solid. Luke Kennard, honestly, I think let's also renounce his rights. And this actually gives us the Lakers some cap space, 9 mil. Rui Hachimura as well. 27 mil. It sucks to even think about letting him walk. But to be completely honest, I think he's pretty replaced. I think he's like there's a couple guys I think could replace him, and then also we could just bring him back on that non-taxpayer mid-level exception. So let's just renounce his rights for now. Dylan Swain had signed him rookie skill contract, making 3.2 mil his first season, 16 mil total. And then this guy, I think we'll keep that roster spot open for now, but that might be a two-way contract. Could also just be a 15th guy on the roster. So first, I'd like to make a trade. I think a team that could really we want to dump Jared Vanderbilt. That's gonna help. So let's send Vanderbilt, and I think Herb Jones, perfect guy to get on this team, can defend. Not a great shooter, but his defense is going to be key. And just having vertical guys around Luka, that's huge. So we'll send Luka, we'll send Herb Jones, and then also Sadiq Bey. Bey is another really solid, okay defender, could shoot. His scoring, he was a pretty good scorer for the Pelicans last season. And overall, that makes sense for them. Now, me being Rob Pelinka, I've got to send out 6 mil. And I think that could just be Jake LaRavia. We have to renounce 90 mil. That's fine. Just renounce Kennard, LeBron, Kleba, and that's it. So the trade will be. Well, let's actually add a draft pick. We'll add 2031 first, unprotected pick, and they have a trade balance actually. So that's pretty cool. And they think it's pretty balanced. I think it looks pretty fair. Vanderbilt is on a not a great contract, but he's expiring in 2 years. Laravia is expiring too, and Herb Jones is making a lot of money soon. He's gonna be making around 30 mil a year from 2028 to 2030. So this is a pretty fair trade in my opinion. Let's just accept this right now, and there we go. This does also save some, or I don't even think it saves that much cap space, but at 29 mil cap space. Actually, I do think it does save cap space. Nice. I'd like to also sign a free agent. The Lakers right now need a starting center with this team, and I think Isaiah Hardenstein, man, he's been really good in the playoffs for OKC. I'm recording this before Game 7. You guys are gonna see this after Game 7, but he's been doing a great job on Wemby, and it's obviously gonna help. The Lakers will be competing with the Spurs and Thunder, so you're stealing a guy from the Thunder, and you're also getting a guy who's had success guarding Wemby, who's gonna be the best player in the league. If he's not already the best in the league, he'll be the best player in the league for a while. So getting Isaiah Hardenstein's huge, and the Lakers will have to give him a lot of money. I'm talking 25 mil a year. So it's 4-year deal worth 107 mil. Let's actually just make that 4 years 112 mil. Y'all might think this is an overpay. I don't, honestly. Isaiah Hardenstein is just needed on this team. He'll help. His floater's nice, and he can be a nice rebounder and a good defender on Wemby and other big men like Jokic too. So let's sign him. And yeah, it's a huge get right there. So as of now, our starting lineup, Luka. I mean, you could really start any of these guys. It doesn't matter. Like this roster is not close to done yet, but this is the team right now. I think we've also got to re-sign LeBron right now. Let's just get that out of the way. I don't really think they'll have to. I really think the Lakers will have to get. I don't think he's gonna really get a minimum contract by the Lakers, but I do think there's a world where he gets 36 is definitely too much. I'm not paying him 36 mil, but something around like 10 mil, maybe 10 to 12 mil a year, and just gonna be a 1 year deal. And this will be his farewell tour. The Lakers will try to get the right roster that can win a championship realistically around him. So yeah, that's huge. Getting him on this deal, and yeah, re-sign LeBron. This is the team as of now. As of now, the Lakers still negative 5 mil in cap space, but still under that first apron, and I want to stay under that first apron. If we have to, we could always like dump Dalton Connect or Nick Smith Jr., someone like that, to get under that first apron if we really need to. Anyways, next guy to resign, Jackson Hayes. Hayes had a really good seat. Actually, no, let's resign. We could use this non-taxpayer mid-level exception and the biannual exception like after. But as of now, we could just resign Marcus Smart, non-bird exception. We could give him around. They're saying they think his value is like 5.5 mil now. I think it's like 8, maybe 9 mil. And we'll do a 2 year deal, and We'll add a team option second season. Maybe you could do a player option. I don't really think it matters that much. But yeah, Marcus Smart, nice point of attack defender to have. Gave the Lakers some great run last year. He'll continue to do that. I think he's the number one priority outside of Austin Reaves to bring back like he's the number one role player the Lakers need to focus on bringing back, in my opinion. So as of now, like this is just a much improved roster. We'll have LeBron at the 4. Yeah, we'll have LeBron at the 4. Luka, Smart, Herb, LeBron, Hardenstein. That's just not it though. Obviously, another guy the Lakers need to focus on re-signing. Got to bring back Jackson Hayes. He was really good, and we could use the biannual exception on him. Honestly, give him like 5 mil, about right. We'll do 2 year deal, and we could add a team option here as well. Hayes is a nice backup big to have. Great lob threat for Luka. They have great chemistry, and I think Hayes really likes being in LA. He was also like very solid in that game 4 against the Thunder, and I think he had some other really good games too this year. Still 36 mil below the first apron, which is huge as well. Next, I'd like to get someone on the mid-level exception, non-taxpayer MLE, so that's going to be like 15 mil. As of now, I think it's kind of huge to have some more floor spacing. Lakers, this team could use some shooting. Like obviously, you have Luka, who's gonna raise the floor of your offense, and he can just hit ridiculous shots. Marcus Smart, just inconsistent. Herb Jones, not a good shooter. Hardenstein's a complete non-shooter. Hayes, obviously non-shooter. LeBron's shot wasn't really there last year either. Sadiq Bey is like an okay shooter. So this team really needs some shooting, right? And the guy that they need to go after, John Collins. I did not realize how good of a year this dude John Collins had with the Clippers. But this man shot, I believe he had 14 points per game, something like that, maybe 15 points per game, like 7 rebounds. Shot like 55% from the field, 40% from 3. Collins is nice, bro. And getting him on this team, like if you need rebounding, you have Hardenstein. If you need just a vertical spacer, you have Jackson Hayes. And if you need a stretch big, you have John Collins for that. So John Collins, non-taxpayer MLE, we're gonna give him 15 mil, 3 year deal, I'd say. And I think the Lakers will have to overpay a lot, honestly. Actually, this isn't even an overpay in my opinion. But Collins, it sucks to see Rui go, but I think I'd take Collins over him, honestly. And that breaks my heart to say that, but it's just the truth. Oh yeah. Also, Lakers would be taxed at the first apron, but it's not really looking like they're gonna be. It's not really looking like that's gonna matter. As now it's time to bring back Austin Reaves. Reaves will not be getting a max contract. This what would it be? 41. Yeah, that's not happening. It would be like in total it would be 239 mil, I think. Yeah. Instead we're gonna do 5-year deal, but it's not gonna be it's gonna be like 30 mil. Oh wait, shoot. Team is hard capped at first apron. Wait, I think I messed up the order. Hold up. Okay, let's bring back Reeves right now. Sorry about that, guys. Um, 5-year deal worth let's do 32 mil. And that's 185. That's more than any other team can offer him. I think the max another team could offer him is like 179 mil. So yeah, I there's no reason in my mind that why Reeves would not accept this contract. And that like now that just improves the team so much. You just see this and like wow. Bench of Smart, Bay, and now the Lakers they still have the non-taxpayer MLE. They still have the biannual exception. And it's looking like they're going to be just under the first apron with this roster build, which is nice. Jackson Hayes will resign, like I said, with the biannual exception. A 2-year deal. We'll add a player option second year or team option. That works. And then John Collins, like I said already. Where's he at? There we go. Non-taxpayer MLE, 3 years, max contract for max MLE, bird rights 8%, and there we go. So, whoa, Lakers actually 7 mil below the first apron, which is just huge. I didn't realize it was. Oh yeah, because of Hayes' bird rights, huh? That makes sense. I'd also like to re-sign Chris Mannion and Drew Timmy on 2-way contracts. Why not? Timmy's actually pretty good. I think he has some potential. And then lastly, let's sign the rookie on a 2-way. So as of now, this is the roster. However, Maxi Kleber, we have one more roster spot actually. Let's just proceed to training camp actually for now. With one more roster spot, the Lakers could just re-sign Maxi Kleber. The Lakers wouldn't have a third-string center outside of Drew Timmy, but like on a guaranteed contract on a standard deal. Remove these guys, remove the 2-ways from the roster, and this right here is the team. Let me just make this perfect. There we go. This right here is the roster. So the Lakers could use a backup big, and I mean Kleba, nice vet guy to have. He's could be like a vocal guy. He's older, so he's more experienced and doesn't hurt to have too much experience. So Kleba, we could re-sign him on the minimum. We'll do a non-guaranteed contract in case we do end up waiving him at some point this season. But I think Kleba's actually no. Let's just make it guaranteed for now. We could always dump him. Second round picks are pretty meaningless nowadays with how much they just get flipped. So re-sign him, and yep, this right here is the roster build, man. Now let's just finalize the roster. We have 15 standard deals, 3 2-way contracts. Finalize it. And yeah, we could also even look at the cap hold or the contracts like for next season, 27-28. Lakers are a bit under the cap as Luka's extension kicks in. But to be honest, like this team will be fine even moving forward. Like Herb Jones only making 20 mil. I thought it was more than that. Marcus Smart is a team option. Like Hayes, Connect. Honestly, might Lakers might just decline that third-year option or fourth-year option. Excuse me. And Bronny James to do Thero. Both will probably be picked up because I think they're pretty good. Um, so yeah, this team is actually pretty good moving forward. It's a pretty like the timeline definitely fits Luka as you've got the starting lineup for next couple years. You have like Luka, Reaves, Herb, then Collins, Hardenstein. You could have Sadiq Bey in there maybe instead of Collins if you need like more shooting or just like more perimeter defense, which actually probably is a smart move. Like overall, I think this roster does make a lot of sense. I like how it went out. And let's just create this rotation real quick. Swain could start over Connect. Hello. All right, I don't know what's going on with this rotation, but yeah, you guys see the team. It will be starting lineup of Luka, Reeves, Herb, LeBron, and Isaiah Hardenstein. Bench would be Marcus Smart. Whoever is in that 10th spot, it could be Bronny, it could be Nick Smith, could be Dylan Swain, could even be Dalton Connect. Who knows? And then you have Sadiq Bey, John Collins, and Jackson Hayes off the bench. Playoff rotation, you could run an 8-man rotation. Same starting five, bench of Smart, Sadiq Bey, John Collins. Not too bad. Then the bench or the third stringers, you have Bronny, Nick Smith, Connect, Thero, same guys as last season. Just a similar roster to last year, honestly. Only guys that Lakers would bring in this scenario: Hardenstein, Collins, Sadiq Bey, Herb Jones. So just 11 guys still on the team. Rui Kennard, Vando Laravia, all gone. And someone else, I kind of forget who it was. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. And also of course Dylan Swain, the rookie too. So yeah, this is the team. I think it has a good chance of doing some great things in the playoffs. Of course, the X factor, you just need Luka Reeves to stay healthy. They weren't able to do that last year. But of course, the 26-27 season, new season. Hopefully, LeBron goes out on top. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's episode of the Purple and Gold Perspectives podcast. I appreciate you all for listening or watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.